gosh. Hello, hi. Welcome to Can I Just? My name is Burnsy, and I have news to tell you. I dyed my hair. I finally dyed my hair. It's been a minute since I needed to re-dye it, and it's giving My Little Pony a little bit, and I'm not mad about it. I was going for something springy, and I was experimenting with some new colors that I got, so this is what we're working with. Yeah, I'm not upset about the color. I think she looks pretty cute. Anyways, today it's another solo episode because I love doing solo episodes because I can talk about whatever I want in whatever way. Don't get me wrong, I love having Mattie on and talking with Mattie. We just get on so many different tangents and the conversations run on. There's no structure. I'm sure eventually we'll get better about it. But as of right now, this is just fun for me. Again, we started the podcast as a way for both of us to get some creative energy out that wasn't necessarily directly from our jobs. Because that's not creatively energizing. So doing this podcast kind of helps with that and just getting more thoughts out. Kind of like when you journal a little bit. Anyway, today I want to get into my ins and outs for 2025 when it comes to health and wellness thing. I know and am well aware that we are basically halfway into 2025. Almost there. We have like another month or so before we get to halfway officially into 2025. But I would like to just share these things that I've been trying and doing that I've enjoyed and liked and am loving in my routine. So maybe that you can start it and maybe in, 2026. That's not a real year. You can start implementing them now or later in 2026 or build on different habits and things slowly so it's not overwhelming and get more healthy with me. I'm not trying to say that anything that you're doing isn't healthy in any capacity. Like, do what works best for you. Don't take anything I say at face value and be like, well, she said I had to do this. No, do whatever feels right. That is one of the ends, is doing what feels right. Okay? That's one of the ends. What's out is listening to other people all the time and doing what everyone else says. What's in is doing what feels good for you. Okay, next. My first out for 2025 is going to have to be the in my blank era. The phrase. I'm not mad about the phrase. I think it's fun. I think it's cute. But I don't like when someone I'm having a conversation with is like, "Oh, yes, you're in your like fitness era." No, I'm not in my fitness era. It's a lifestyle. Sometimes it's just a lifestyle. And it doesn't have to be an era. An era indicates that there's a specific amount of time behind it. And like, I don't want me being into fitness or health or holistic wellness to be an era. I want it to be my lifestyle for forever. So that's like my first out. And most of it's going to be ins. Our second in actually for 2025 is going to be running. I have gotten the running bug. For me, running is in. I love running. I don't know why. I used to hate running. I used to get like that acid feeling and blood feeling in your throat and taste and you couldn't breathe. But that's because like when I was a little kid and trying to run, I would just go as fast as I possibly could. I never really learned about pacing and taking it slower and building upon it to make it more enjoyable. I also found that like utilizing the Peloton app for running really helped me too. That's going to be another in for me, is Peloton. I'm not saying that you need to go download the app or buy a bike or buy a treadmill or anything like that. I want this to be as accessible as possible. So I am going to recommend the Peloton app. It's not going to be for everyone. Personally, for me, I've used a bunch of different workout training apps in the past, and I would always get like bored with them, and I didn't like them. It was all like AI video and someone showing you how to do it, but no one's like encouraging you through everything. And with Peloton, it's like an live person. Well, sometimes it's live, sometimes it's pre-recorded person that is like motivating you through the workout and pushing you and making sure that you're doing everything correctly and focusing on specific areas. Like, I have never hurt so much more in my life. Not in a like negative way, like I hurt myself, but more of a positive, like I'm using new muscles that I haven't used before because I'm learning how to actually like engage different parts of my body. And like I grew up with two parents who were really into health and wellness. My mom was a personal trainer and rehab specialist. So she would work with people with like autoimmune diseases or post surgeries like hip replacements, knee replacements, things like that, and help rehabilitate them and just like do general personal training with them to strengthen certain areas that they were lacking in that causes injuries due to those types of things. And my dad is a physical therapist and a massage therapist. So they both did like physical therapy type stuff. Recently, my mom, not recently, I keep saying that, it's not recent. Like 10-ish years ago, my mom switched over to nursing and became an RN. But working with people with autoimmune diseases and stuff like that is still a really big passion of hers, and she likes that a lot. What was I saying before that? My family has been into health, wellness, and all of that, and exercise and eating correctly and things like that. And I would go to the gym with my parents all the time, and they would show me how to use different machines and do different exercises, encourage us to move our bodies and eat well. After moving away for college, I stopped really being into exercise and lifting weights and all that kind of stuff. So I kind of lost a little bit of that knowledge and forgot about certain things. So having the Peloton app where they're actively encouraging you the entire time and, making sure you're engaging certain parts of your body and muscles. I'm just gonna say, like, if you have the means and funds to utilize something like the Peloton app, I highly recommend it. It's done a lot for me. And I love that there's so many different options of different workouts you can do. And it's not just like running or biking. There's running outside. There's weight training and weightlifting and strength training. There's yoga. There's Pilates. There's bar. There's all different kinds of meditation. So that's why I really like it. And there's always something new being added, like a new workout, a new class. You can join live classes from your phone. You don't have to have any specific equipment to do it. You can do it just like at your house. So I think it is pretty accessible aside from like the monthly or yearly payment, whichever you choose. I personally like the monthly one. But yeah, it's going to be that for me. And utilizing the outdoor running classes on the Peloton app has been a game changer for me personally because they really like make sure you're slowing down and going at the right pace, and just encouraging you to keep going. And they implement breaks, and it's not like you have to just run for 20 minutes and like go as fast as you can. So that's why I like it and use it. If it sounds like something for you, go ahead and give it a try. If not, take what resonates and leave what doesn't, as we like to say. My next in is going to be vision boards. I have gotten into the vision boards. I know this has been a thing for a hot second, but I was like, a vision board at the beginning of the year seems kind of like annoying and dumb and costs money, and I don't want to do that. Um, I'm on it now. Not in the way that I used to think about it. I started making vision boards on Canva. It's free. You Google your images, you drop them in, you arrange them however you want. I love doing the vision boards now. And I'll do one for like the entire year. And then I will also do several ones for like spring, summer, fall, winter, or like spring/summer time and then fall winter time what my vision boards are, and then I will make those my phone backgrounds. So I'm seeing them every day. They're reminding me, and I am further manifesting. Keep those secret. Do not show other people your vision boards. Don't do it. Unless they're like, your bestie. Like I would show Mattie my vision board. But if you're trying to manifest something, if you're trying to, stick to it, don't show people your vision board. Keep it secret. That's only for you to know about. I kind of already touched on the next in that I wanted to talk about, which is balancing all forms of exercise, being like cardio running, yoga, Pilates, weight training, strength training, stability, stretching, those types of things. I kind of already touched a little bit on this when talking about the Peloton app. You don't have to be in any specific era of fitness and do one thing at a time. Like, you don't have to just be a runner. You don't have to just be a weightlifter. You know what I mean? I have really been enjoying balancing all forms of exercise. I do my running, I do my stretching, I do my yoga, I do some weight training here and there. And it's really nice just having a balance of everything. I stretch every day. I'll do yoga multiple times a week. I do meditations almost every single day. highly recommend just balancing all different forms of exercise because that's what's going to keep you going. This might be controversial, just a little controversial. It might be a little controversial, okay? I feel like meal prepping is out and meal planning is in. When I say meal prepping, I think about like mass prepping a bunch of different foods to have throughout the week. That's too much effort for me on a weekend. I work at an 8 to 5 and I only get weekends off. Sometimes it'll be like one day a week that I'll have off. I don't always get 2 days off on the weekends. So dedicating a bunch of time to like if I only have one day to go grocery shopping, do laundry, clean my house, and then meal prep a bunch of food for the entire week sounds terrible. The only parts of meal prepping that I think are worth it is if like you pre-cut your onions. If you're cooking with onions during the week, pre-cut up your onions, put them in a jar, and that takes, 5 minutes off of your cooking prep time. Since you already have them pre-cut, you can just throw them in the pan and start cooking with them, that kind of thing. That I feel like is worth it to me, or like pre-planning the night before your lunches and your breakfasts. Like I love overnight oats, I love a yogurt parfait, I love leftovers, I love a salad for lunch, that type of thing. So prepping those the night before is always a really good idea. But I'm definitely more into meal planning than I am meal prepping. And what I mean by this is just picking out my meals for the week, going and buying all the ingredients and freezing it and unfreezing it throughout the week, whatever I need to do. It gives me the flexibility and freedom to be like, I was gonna have this dish on Monday, but it's Monday and I'm not really feeling this dish, but I'm feeling this one from Thursday. So I can just flip them. And you can make it work for you. You don't have to stick to like, on Monday, we have to have this type of meal. If you're someone like me who used to not like meal prepping, didn't know how to do it, didn't like anything about it, didn't know where to even start, I used to just like wander around the grocery store and be like, oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. That sounds good. And just pick things out. And then I would get home with like a bunch of random ingredients and be like, how am I supposed to make something with this? I guess I'll throw it together and figure it out. Which, like, that works for some people, but not for me. I heard another person talk about just making each day of the week themed. And I don't mean like Italian one day or Mexican the next day or whatever. I mean, like, theming them differently as, like, Monday is a no meat Monday. Great for pastas or something. It doesn't have to be Italian pasta. It could be like an Asian rice noodle or something. Taco Tuesday, but they don't have to be like traditional tacos. You could do breakfast tacos if you wanted. Soup Sundays, I've heard, is really good. Vegan Wednesdays. Just like picking different things to theme around that gives you more options, if that makes sense. And then if you're still like, that's not for me, I'm still not feeling that, I cannot recommend it enough. There is an app called Jow, Jow. It is free. There's no in-app purchases, okay? Unless you choose, I'll get into it, okay? Okay, so Jow, what it is, you go in, you make your profile, okay? You say, I like these foods, I don't like these foods, I have these allergies, I want to stick to this type of diet if you are like keto, vegetarian, vegan, whatever. They have those options for you in the app. And then you pick how many people are in your household, how many meals you want to cook for the week. So I usually just use the app to do my dinners because I usually eat the same things for lunches and breakfast. I'll switch it up between like 3 options or have leftovers or whatever. So I usually just do like 5 or 6 meals for 2 people, and I will still have enough to make leftovers. You can choose more people if you want extra leftovers, if you know what I mean. Anyway, you put in all your preferences and then it'll say generate menu for this week and it'll give you a bunch of options. It'll give you the amount of meals you requested and you can be like, okay, this one looks good, that one looks good, that one's good. But there may be like one or two that you're like, I don't know if I want to cook steak this week. You can select it and replace it and find something else. Or if you're like, oh, I really wanted salmon this week, but none of the meals had salmon in them, you can go in and replace one of the meals and just search salmon and add it to your menu. If you don't like the auto-generated options, you could go in and search by specific not recipes, by specific ingredients. You could go in and search by specific ingredients and it'll show you bunch of recipes that include that one or more ingredient. And you can kind of do it that way. I'll utilize the ingredient search if I have leftover of a specific meat in the freezer that I forgot about, or the broccoli is looking like it's wilting a little. Let me look up something with roasted broccoli so that, I don't notice that it's wilting. That kind of a thing. I also love the idea of not having to come home after a long day of work, use my brain to figure out what's for dinner. I've already pre-selected everything. I can just choose off my menu what dinner I want. And I also love that once I start cooking, that starts my nighttime routine, which is also going to be another in. Routines are going to be in, okay? Starting cooking and making dinner is the start of my evening routine. It's the start of me being like, okay, it's time to relax. I am doing something for me, which is cooking, and I'm fueling my body properly, and I'm taking care of myself. This is me time. Cooking is me time. I get to put on a little show in the background or a podcast or some music, make it cutesy, spend a little 15, 20 minutes, maybe 30 if it's a longer cook time for whatever reason. It doesn't have to be that long. Give me 10 to 30 minutes. It does not have to take that long to cook dinner, okay? And I use that time as me time, okay? I love it. I love doing that. It's just like I'm doing this thing for myself to make me feel good because I have a lot of tummy issues. I have a lot of tummy problems. So if I eat out, I never really fully know what is in the meal that I'm eating because I now have gluten sensitivities and I've been lactose intolerant for a really long time. Certain vegetables make my tummy upset. I don't like having seed oils. That's a big no-no. Just certain things like that you don't know what's being prepared in your food at a restaurant or during takeout. So knowing that I'm cooking with whole proper ingredients, fueling myself really well, and just taking care of my own body makes me feel really good. So it's just me time, So when you're doing, instead of meal prepping and your meal planning, you're keeping it fresh every day. There's no, I'm eating the same thing every day for 3 days of the week or whatever, or 5 days of the week, however long your meal prepping for, I like that you can keep it fresh and interesting, and you can choose different things every week and you can try new recipes. I think that's really fun. Okay, I mentioned it a little earlier. Another in for me is going to be routines. Routines, routines, routines. I am a routine girly, okay? I am a Gemini sun, Virgo moon, Sagittarius rising. Those are my three big. That sounds like chaos. It sounds like chaos. But in my Gemini and in my Virgo, I really find so much rooting and balance in routines. I love a routine. I love a morning routine. I love a nighttime routine. For me, right now, what I'm doing, I'm not telling you that you have to do any of this or buy any of these products or do any of these things. Do whatever feels good for you. If you want to take a recommendation and try it, go be my guest. If it doesn't work out, that's okay. Not everything's going to work for everybody. But for me, my morning routine, I love waking up with my sunrise alarm clock, okay? I think it's from Philips, I want to say, is the sunrise alarm clock that I got. She slowly brings light into the room, and then when the alarm actually goes off, it's like birds chirping and this beautiful little sound, and it's so nice. You don't even realize you're waking up. You're just waking up, and you're like, why am I awake right now? Sunrise alarm clock. I highly recommend. And then I'll leave that on because it's soft enough light to not wake up my partner, but it's enough light for me to be able to see around the room. It does get kind of bright, but he doesn't really notice it. If I were to turn on the big light in the bedroom, he would freak out. It would be a problem. But because it comes on so gently, he doesn't really notice it, and it's not on his side of the bed, so it's not in his face like it's in my face. So it's, it works out for both of us because I wake up earlier than he does because I'm a morning person. I like my mornings. I like to wake up slow. Take it slow. So after I wake up, I usually have to pee, and then I'll get dressed and or do my hair for the day. If I need to do braids that day because my hair's greasy or whatever, I'll do my hair, get dressed, and then I leave the room. And then I make sure that I'm done with everything in the room before I leave the room because I don't want to keep coming in and out, in and out, in and out. And our bedroom door is just really loud when it creaks open. So I try to just limit it to the once open, once closed, and that's it. But after I get dressed and all of that, I'll come out, say hello to the cats if they need some food. If their water filter is low, I'll fill it up. I'll fill up their food. I'll say hello to them. I get on the floor, I pull up my Peloton app, and I'll do some stretches or yoga, a little morning yoga, and or a little morning meditation, just to really start my day with really good intentions. And then once I feel really limber and loose and good emotionally, internally, and externally, I'll go ahead and figure out what I'm having for breakfast, and then I will put my lunch box together with my lunch that I pre-made the night before, whether it was leftovers or a salad or whatever. I'll put that together in my bag, get my bag all together. Like, the routine is so good. I love a routine. It's the same thing, but like certain things you can change in your routine to make it fresh and interesting. Keep yourself on your own toes, okay? Then I'm at work and chaos happens at work all the time, which is why I think I love a routine so much because there's so much chaos at my work, okay? And then I come home and I do my little nighttime routine. I put my bag down. I immediately get in PJs. I love comfy clothes. I love pajamas. I love relaxation. Okay? Love PJs. I immediately put my clothes on because to me, that's me saying I'm turning my brain off from work. I'm in my comfy clothes. This is me time now. I get to relax. This is my time from work because I only have like 4-ish hours after I get home from work to wind down, to eat dinner, and do all the things, right? I get in my pajamas, I go to the kitchen, I select what meal I would like. I figured out what ingredients I need, how long it's going to take. Then I select my podcast or my TV show on my little phone, or like what music I want to do, and then I will start cooking dinner. That is the beginning of winding down. It's a relaxing process. It's me time, cooking dinner. Then once dinner's made and portioned out and made into leftovers for lunch for either me or my partner, then I'll like plate my plate. I'll get my little drink, whether it's water or a little Olipop or a Poppy or whatever. I like to put it in a glass. I don't want to drink from the can. The can is not elegance. It's not romance, okay? What's in is romanticizing certain things to make you feel good, okay? So I usually put like water or something. It doesn't, I don't drink alcohol anymore. And it's not like alcohol is bad or anything. It hurts my tummy. So I don't have it anymore because it hurts my tummy. I don't have any like feelings about it other than it makes my tummy hurt, okay? So I put my drink in a little wine glass or a little cup of some kind, any type of glass, but I love a wine glass for dinner. And then I light a candle and I sit down and I pull up whatever I was watching before on my phone on the TV, or I find something on YouTube, like a 30-minute-ish video, or like a TV show to watch with my partner. And we'll sit and we'll have our little dinner and be iPad kids and eat and finish our show. And then once the show is over, I'll clean up in the kitchen, clean the dishes. That usually takes like 10-20 minutes. And then I go into the bathroom and I start my nighttime skincare and teeth care. My oral care routine takes like 20 minutes. It is such a long process. So usually I will start with regular flosser and then I go in with my water flosser. I have a water pick that I like to use. Then I oil pull for about 5 minutes. I'm trying to build up to 10 minutes. That's just such a long time. I can do 5 minutes, but anything, closer to 10, it's like, that's kind of long. So I oil pull and then I will brush my teeth with a regular little toothbrush. And then if I'm really feeling it, I'll use like a mouthwash. But lately I haven't been using the mouthwash because I've been oil pulling more often. So I used to do mouthwash before brushing my teeth, but then I started oil pulling. So I don't know. After I've eaten, put myself in pajamas, gotten my teeth brushed, my skincare done, it's finally time to actually get into bed. I put on my sunrise alarm clock has a sunset option as well, so you can do like a sleep mode sunset option where you can select how long you're going to stay up for. I usually do like 20 to 30 minutes, and you select it and select the brightness you want it to be at, and it'll slowly over the however long the duration of time you chose. For example, 30 minutes. Over the 30 minutes, it will slowly take the brightness down till it's out completely. It is so nice. I love it a lot. I don't have to worry about having the big light on and having to go turn the big light off and then crawl back into bed after I got all warm and cozy while reading my book. That's another thing. I love to read my little book. I love a book, okay? I've been trying out a few different types of books, but I just went to Barnes& and Noble the other day, literally yesterday actually, and I found a new book, and I normally only read like one chapter at a time, which is only like 3 to 10 pages max, depending on what book you're reading. The book that I just got, I could not put it down. I didn't want to put it down. It was so good. I got 4 chapters in on my first night of reading it. I was like, I'm already enthralled. Already so excited. I love the book that I'm reading. It's called A Fatal Kiss. It is a fantasy book that's about like romantic relationships, polyamory, queer love, that type of thing. So if that's not your vibe, I hope it is your vibe though, because it is really good. I like it so far, and only 4 chapters in, okay? I was gonna sit and read it some more before I go to dinner. It's my favorite thing right now, okay? It's just so cute. And like, I love the little world. The writer is really good. She's really funny and has good character building. Even for the first 4 chapters, there's so much character building, okay? Anyway, I tried reading A Court of Thorns and Roses, and I could not get past the first 12 pages. It was so boring. I'm so sorry. I know there's so many people out there who are going to hate on me for not liking that book. I did not read the entirety of the book. I tried to get through the first 12 pages multiple times, and I just could not get through it. It was so hard. I don't know why. I just couldn't get behind it. I thought it was so boring. It took too long. And like the family dynamic was so weird, and like, why are you staying with them if they're abusive, even though they're your family or whatever, blah blah blah. Like, we don't need to talk about it, okay? Anyway, I read my book for a chapter or two and then close it up, lay down. By the time I'm laying down halfway through, the sunrise alarm clock going down, and then I'll put on like a Peloton sleep meditation or something, or I'll just fall asleep. I forgot to mention that I take nighttime supplements. Oh my god, I totally forgot. Okay, so after dinner, before I brush my teeth, I will take 2 supplements. I take 2 supplements and that's it. I'm thinking about adding a third one, but we'll see. We'll see. It's a more of an expensive supplement that I'm wanting to start in the morning, but I don't know if I'm ready to commit to that quite yet. Anyway, so between ending dinner, before going and brushing my teeth, I take my 2 Primal Queen capsules and a magnesium. I am not telling you that you need to take these yourself. These are what I found work for me and what I like to take. I'm not trying to pressure you to buy or take anything. Do what feels good. Don't do anything that feels bad. So I take the Primal Queen supplements, and if you don't know what those are, they are female beef organ supplements. They're designed for AFAB people. If they need it or not, it is up to them. I personally found that I actually do need it. After having my right ovary removed, I was struggling with some certain things. For the most part, I felt like I got 75% back to normal, but I didn't really know what my full normal was because it had been so long. I just found that it really worked for me. It really helped boost my energy levels throughout the day. I don't feel like I need to rely on caffeine as much anymore. My moon time, my menses, is a lot more chill, and I like the routine of it and taking it. And I feel like I have noticed a difference for me personally. So aside from that, I also take magnesium, which is another type of supplement. Apparently, there's some science behind it where most people in America, majority of people, I don't know what the percentages are. I'm not a scientist, okay? Most people, majority of the people in America have a magnesium deficiency. I'm not telling you you have a deficiency. I'm not saying you need a magnesium supplement. Please talk to your doctor. My mom is my doctor, okay? She's not. I'm kidding. I have a different doctor. My mom's not a doctor. Anyway, I like to take my magnesium after I have dinner with my Primal Queen supplements, and that helps just like I'm already digesting my food. So after taking that while digesting my food, my stomach is like already still in like digestion mode and ready to take all of that in. By the time I finish brushing my teeth and read my little book, I'm eepy. Okay? After that magnesium supplement, I am eepy. I'm ready for bed, which is what I really enjoy about it. So there's that part. After reading the book, after doing a meditation, if I need it, a little extra something to help me relax and go to bed if I had a particularly stressful day or something, or my book is wanting me to stay up and read more. That is what we do. That is my nighttime routine and my morning routine. Now you know, and do with that information what you will. Okay, Mattie, do you want to open the package?
I can open the package. Yeah, hold up. Hold on.
I want you to open the package.
Okay. Burnsy sent me something that she designed for her wonderful, wonderful website. And she wants me to, and I haven't been allowed to open it until it was on camera, on video. So
yeah,
here we go.
Well, some more package. What?
Oh, you're fucking adorable. Can I just? So why are you so quirky? Oh, I love that.
Okay,
That's
I'm
so
so glad.
cute.
Do you
I
like the
love that.
sparkles?
Uh, yes, that is everything. I love
I'm so
it.
glad you like it.
You want me to put it on?
If you want to.
Okay.
Okay, as Mattie is putting this shirt on, um, this shirt is now available as of right now. I had just published it. It is available on the website, which is super exciting. Just clicked all the buttons.
Click all the buttons.
You look
Go
great.
support Burnsy because it's so cute. It's so fun, so cute, so quirky.
So fun, so cute, so quirky. Now on designsbybirdsie.com.
Love it. Gorgeous.
Okay, next in for health and wellness of 2025. My health and wellness journey of 2025. I'm sorry I'm gonna say it because I am a firm believer that you do not need anything extra expensive or branded in order to feel good about yourself. Do I believe you need a brand to feel better about yourself? No. Do I feel that there are some branded things that last longer and are better made and higher quality? Yes. Do you absolutely need those to feel good about yourself or perform workouts better or anything like that? No. Okay? I'm just gonna off the top, you do not need to buy any of these things to start or continue or feel better, okay? This is just something that I'm really into right now, which is branded athletic wear. There's something about it, okay? I never had the money before to buy branded athletic wear, but recently I had a little extra cash flow and I decided to splurge on myself and I got some branded athletic wear. Specifically, I bought Peloton athletic wear, okay? I've been wanting to get Lululemon athletic wear for a really long time, and then I was like, it's not worth the hype. It's too expensive. They're not size inclusive. Whenever I would go look, they never had my size, which was really irritating because their brand is not made for someone built like me. I don't think personally. I'm a very curvy person, okay? I am short and I am curvy, which is not what Lululemon caters to. So I always had an issue trying to find something that would fit. I have big boobs, big butt, small waist, long quads, like long upper legs, and then shorter calves, lower legs. I'm just built a little different. So I've always found like their athletic wear was not basically made for someone like me. And if you're built like me, apologize for if you feel offended by any of what I just said. These aren't my own personal thoughts and feelings. There's a lot of things and a lot of brands out there that I feel don't cater to a curvier body and they stick to what's socially and societally attractive and preferred, quote unquote. I think that's bullshit and I think it's terrible and they should do something about it. Like having worked in costumes and fashion industry for a little while, knowing that they just take averages of people and then make clothes based on those averages and then assign them a small, medium, large, extra small, whatever. I think is so dumb. It's so irritating that for the past like I don't know, 10, 15 years of my life, I've been so concerned about trying to fit into clothing rather than finding clothing that just fits me or making clothing that fits me. I have a big qualm about it. I don't think we need to be trying to fit into clothes. Clothes should just fit us and be tailored to us to look good on our bodies. Anyway, I got into the branded athletic wear anyways. I found that there were like different options for people who have like shorter quote unquote legs, shorter legs, and they have a variety of sizes online and you can only buy them online unless you go to one of like the Peloton studios in New York or something. Is the closest one to me. So that's like not gonna happen anytime soon, okay? So I decided to splurge on myself and get some new athletic wear because I needed new sports bras, I needed new leggings, workout leggings, I needed new stuff. So it was needed. I'd been saving up to try to buy more specifically sports bras that fit my larger chest and smaller frame because the ones that I have are not supportive enough or they're not really the right size and I got like side boobs spilling out or something. So I really wanted to invest in something that I knew would be my right correct measurements fit me properly that whole gist. And since having these items, there is nothing inherently special about them because they're Peloton branded. I just think because of the fact that they are higher quality, they feel better and they make me feel really good, and that's what's important, is it makes me feel good. It's not about it having a brand on it, it's about it fitting right and feeling good. Okay, another out for 2025 is going to have to be soda slash liquid calories. And in turn, what is in is soda alternatives, whether it's Poppy, Olipop, electrolytes, or just freaking water, okay? Emotional support water bottles are also so in. This is my emotional support water bottle. She's so cute and I love her. This is actually one of my uh, this is actually one of my stickers that I sell on my website. You cannot see it. There you go. Now you can see it. Cries Scenic Artist. That's one of my stickers that I sell on my website. I've got a bunch of different stickers and things on this. I mean, it is just a great little water bottle. It's a cheaper one that I think it was like $25. That's not a cheap water bottle, actually. I think it was $25. I got it at Target. You know, I saw in a review online that these were better than like the Stanleys. So I invested in this one and it has lasted me for 2 years so far. And it's not really gotten any dents or anything. I've gotten paint on it, obviously, because I use it for work, but nothing bad happened. I replaced the straw because I like to chew on my straws and it had like a hard straw. So I got silicone ones so I can chew on them because I'm psychotic. Anyways, that aside, I used to have a really bad soda addiction. I loved sodas, okay? They were just liquid calories, liquid sugar, destroying my mouth, destroying my body. Sugar is not the enemy. Excess added sugar is the enemy, okay? But anyway, I had a really bad addiction with sodas. I also got really into energy drinks too. Love an energy drink, okay? I treat myself every once in a while to have one and it's okay. But I decided instead of just like cold turkey quitting soda, I was going to replace it with something like a soda alternative. So I really got into Ollipops because their classic cola flavor is one of the best. It tastes so freaking good, okay? There are a few other ones that I really like from them, but for the most part, I feel like you can't go wrong with an Ollipop in general. A lot of them are really, really good. And then I also found Poppy after the fact, which is a lot more like fruit flavored based, in my opinion. They do have like Dr. Pepper alternative or regular cola flavor alternative, but I like their fruitier ones more because then you like put it in a little wine glass with your dinner and you just feel so sophisticated. Okay. I also started realizing that I needed more electrolytes than what I was getting because I do a very physically intensive job and I exercise a lot and I move my body a lot. And now that I've been running more, I need electrolytes. So I've started adding electrolyte supplements into my routine. Not every day, but if I feel like I'm having a little bit of an afternoon slump, I'm like, is it because I'm dehydrated? What's happening? Do a little electrolyte moment and I feel better. And then I just started drinking a lot more water in general. I think I was drinking about 40 ounces, which is what my water bottle is by itself, 40 ounces of water every day, which is not nearly enough. Okay. So I'm now somewhere, I'm drinking between 80 to 120 ounces of water, somewhere around there. That is usually what I'm having. Another thing that's in is making chores or tasks work for you. For me, it was making grocery shopping work for me. Out of nowhere, I used to love going grocery shopping, and I think it's because I was able to go in the middle of the week when no one else was there. Like I would be able to go on at 10 a.m. on a Wednesday. No one's at the grocery store at 10 a.m. on a Wednesday, okay? It was me by myself, and I loved it. And then I started working in 8 to 5 and only being able to go grocery shopping on the weekends or after work. And that's when literally everyone is at the grocery store, is after work, after 5 p.m. or on the weekends, okay? It was so irritating because I would get overstimulated. So I decided to make some changes to make grocery shopping work for me. Along with like my morning routine, I found that waking up and going to bed at a consistent time every single day works really well for me. So I wake up between like, I was waking up around 6, but then my schedule changed. So now I've been waking up around 7. So on the weekends, I wake up at 7:30. I get a little extra sleep in just in case if I accidentally stay up till 10 or something, you know? And then I wake up and I just take a slow start to my day. Because it's the weekend. It's, time to reset, relax, get the house back in order, make sure, the cats are all taken care of, that type of thing. So anyway, I would wake up at 7:30 on the weekends and I would get ready like I was going to work, but I wasn't going to work. I was putting on a cutesy little outfit, planning a cutesy little outfit doing my hair all cutesy, heading to the grocery store when they open. Go to the grocery store when they open, especially on a Sunday. I live in a very like heavily religious area of town, so everyone and their mother is at church Sunday morning. They're at church Sunday morning, and then they get out and then they come to the grocery store and take everything in the grocery store. It's like ransack it. And then they go home. So like that's the busiest time to go to the grocery store for me. So I wake up early. I go to the grocery store when it's opening. When it opens, there's like me and three other people in the entire grocery store. For me, this works because I can now easily navigate through the store without bumping into a bunch of people and feeling overwhelmed and being like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to get to the cottage cheese, okay? I can take my time to look at all of my options, check my list on my phone through the Jow app. It makes you a shopping list, by the way. We talked about it earlier, and not only generates your meal for the week, it also will generate a shopping list so you know what to buy and how much to buy of it. It is beautiful. If in person physical grocery shopping is not for you, there is a like order online option. There is an Instacart online ordering type of option where they partner with specific grocery stores where you can order through your groceries through the app and have it delivered or go pick them up same day or whatever. And it's great. I think that is going to cost you more money, but that's not like an extra charge because of the app, if that makes sense. Anyway, so going to the grocery store first thing in the morning, no one's around. I can take my time to look at all the options that I have. I can look at my list on my phone to make sure I grab everything because, like, 7 out of 10 times I forget one or two items because I just got overwhelmed at the grocery store and I couldn't find it. And I got overwhelmed and left, and I was like, I'll deal with it later, and then I don't deal with it later. So having the time to look at everything, check my lists to make sure that I have everything I need, because I keep my grocery list on Jow and then any like snacks or breakfast options that I need, plus, like, oh, we ran out of toilet paper or paper towels or whatever. It's on a different list. So I can check both my lists, make sure that I get everything. It's just a much more relaxed and pleasurable way to enjoy grocery shopping. On top of this, if I'm really not wanting to deal with the anxiety of the outside world and I really want to tune everything out, I will put on my headphones. I also use loops. If I'm not really wanting to listen to music or a podcast or something, I will use my loops to just quiet everything down a little bit. I highly recommend. I got them originally to be able to go to a concert because loud noises, I'm really specific about protecting my hearing. Loud noises really overstimulate me and make me upset, and I can't do it. Especially like repetitive loud sounds are really annoying, and it's bad for your hearing and will cause hearing loss over time. So I invested in loops to go to a concert. It was the first concert I had ever gone to that I actually truly enjoyed because I wasn't sitting there like this, plugging my ears like, I just want to go home. So, not sponsored. None of the things I'm talking about in here are sponsored, but if that sounds like you and something you enjoy, I highly recommend. I do not recommend eating with them in though, because you can hear all of the sounds, and I don't like eating sounds, okay? But anyway, headphones, loops, whatever, drown out the outside noise if I'm really having like an overstimulated day or whatever. Highly recommend. I love putting on a little podcast and like walking around the grocery store and getting what I need. That's just really fun for me. Yeah. And I think that will conclude everything that I feel is in and out for 2025 when it comes to health and wellness. I definitely want to do more of these because I definitely have more ins and outs and recommendations if people want to give them a try and more holistic approaches as well. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know. I would love to answer any questions you have. If you have any recommendations, I would love to accommodate that for you. Yeah. I hope that you enjoyed this. I definitely had fun doing this one. I'm excited for the next few that are gonna happen. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. It has been awesome. If you liked it, please give it a like. Give us a subscribe, a follow, any of that. We're on Spotify and YouTube. If you want to find me specifically on TikTok or Instagram, I am Designs by Burnsy. And if you want to find my co-host, Mattie, anywhere, she is on Instagram at _painted silver_. I believe that's what it is. I can double check it and add it in the show notes if you really need to. Additionally, go check out my website, designsbyburnsy.com. I have tons of different merch out there. I'm working on podcast merch currently, which I'm really excited about. I think Maddie is gonna lose her mind. Um, I'm working on a new design that's very her, so I think I want to show it to her on the podcast so you guys can see her reaction to it. I think that would be really great. So yeah, let me know if you have any recommendations for any merch ideas or if you're wanting something specific, let me know. Other than that, I'm gonna go finish getting ready for dinner and go out with my partner and have some fun with our friends and have some food and enjoy life. Let me know if you give any of these ins and outs tries and if you take any of my recommendations. Obviously, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much. Bye.